Okay, hello everyone. I wanted to make a VOD review on this game I played, basically a challenger lobby. I got mid lane. You can see the team comps. Let me play the video back a little bit. We are playing into Lux Zoe bot lane, and I'm landing against Maple Akali. So I swapped with Umbreon to get mid lane. He got mid, he wanted jungle, so I went mid. As of the time of this recording, March 9th, 2026, I haven't played mid lane, I think, for 2 months. So this is a very fresh game. I'll go over everything in the laning phase that I did, I think, well. This game was a win for me, and it's very good because the team, they wanted to FF later on. Um, but it's good to keep like morale high in these types of games, like because Lux Zoe in the current meta very strong, but you'll see later on I type dodge the enemy abilities. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. So mid lane for me, I think generally speaking is a role that is more dominated in the current meta by control mages later on. Um, Usually it's better to have a control mage mid lane than, say, Zac or a melee mid laner or an assassin. I think assassins kind of fit in the jungle more. Um, I've been playing a lot of top lane recently. Top lane is very 1v1 oriented, and I think Zac is a lot, it fits a lot better in the top lane. But here we have mid lane into Akali. Um, it's a very tight matchup. I think mostly skill. This guy, he doesn't really know how to play in the Zac, and you can kind of tell by his gameplay, but intuitive nonetheless. I'm playing on it's a very tight matchup in the sense that I have to step on the edge of these Akali Qs while I last hit, so just keep in mind that's kind of what I'm doing. I think for me, because I've hit Challenger on mid lane playing Zac in the past, and I think one of the main things as of the data recording, March 9th, 2026, I think one of the main things that I struggle with is late game roaming, late game macro on waves, because mid lane, I go ignite, you don't have TP, and a lot of the other champs that you play against, say like control mages, they'll have TP, so I'm kind of forced to play on the map, responding to everything, helping the team where I can, and catching waves like through that route, rather than just kind of having my own set lane. Top lane, I think you could just always push top, and most of the time it's good. But mid lane, it's kind of like a all-around role. But yeah, we have Akali here, and the Graves ganked, he invaded bot. I'm not really able to roam because of my wave state. I'm pretty low, so if I roam, I most likely would die, um, or I would miss waves. So I think it's just better for me to stay in the lane here, just play this out. Getting a little bit low here, Kali ease. So yeah, here, just focusing, I'm focused on last hitting, staying out of Akali Q range, keeping in mind her damage. When she uses abilities, I'm able to trade with her, or if she walks up. Here she walks up. I'm able to press E on her, auto grasp W, get minions as well. This basically evens out the lane with that trade. She uses potion. She also has D shield, so keep that in mind as well. Here I want to look for the cannon. I just E onto it. She takes a tower shot. She hits E on me. Doesn't follow. So yeah, basically just stepping on the outs, a very, very, very edge of these Akali Qs. It's more so an anticipation rather than a reaction. Because if she sees me walking up, she's just gonna Q. If she thinks it's free, she's just gonna Q. But if I walk back when she's about to Q, then it works. Then I could just dodge it. She doesn't get the passive, and then I can get more control of my lane. Here I throw a Q out. She E's right at the perfect time, about right at the perfect time. Gets right out of it. Hits me with it. Karma Roam is pretty good. Did quite a bit of damage to the Akali. We have 1k gold here. Decent recall. But I see the next wave coming. So I decide to harass her, not let her recall. If I can't recall, she can't. She's gonna back there. I get 6, I jump in. Miss my cannon, she flashes out. Not super duper ideal. Try to cure again, she E's at the perfect time. So here I'm just shoving this, I don't want her to recall. She cancels. I push this, and then I'm looking bot lane. Here I could recall, or I could roam bot. But I see that they're fighting, and it ends up being a losing fight for them, but I know that the Zoe's walking up, so I'm just looking to E on her. I pick this up, and Bessa ends up getting the kill. I walk out. I can't really recall because the Akali is TPing, so I have the idea that I'm just going to go back mid. I have a bunch of gold, high HP, still have D shield, can still have presence, so I go back to mid and continue the laning phase. So yeah, I just have to keep in mind I have to last hit these waves, still have trading patterns along with it, and I'm kind of just playing off that, really. I don't think, like this matchup here, it wasn't that difficult, but I was playing on I was playing on the edge. It's probably, I don't even know if it's like the best way to explain it, but just playing on her abilities, just keeping in mind everything, not just all-inning her. Here I just dodged another Q. She hits E on the wave. Here she has Shroud. I ping and Bessa could R over, but she wards. Here I hit Q on her, but she walks out. Able to get the E. She autos electrocute Qs, ends up getting me in my passive. She takes two tower shots here, sorry. And she doesn't really get that much damage off on my passive. Right now she has no flash, but she has R up. So we just play off that. Here I want to get my cannon. She ends up eating with the minion. I miss Q. She goes to Shroud, hits first Q, hits cheap shot, I think. Maybe sudden impact. Hits the second Q, I'm pretty low. Here I have to kind of save everything. If I throw out any abilities here, it could be bad, so I'm very cautious with that. She hits another Q, R's. I E. I know she comes out of airborne. R's. I flash. It's very good. I'll I'll play it back because she had items here. So explain. Okay. Yeah, I went back a little bit too far. Okay, yeah. So here, I've W. I'm looking on the blob, so I'm kind of stepping up here. I'm looking to pick it up, but just let I R. She has R up, her second R up. I know as soon as she comes out of the airborne, she's going to use it, so I flash. That way she doesn't hit me with that, and then I'm able to get her that way. Play back one more time in real speed. Yeah, so E, she has second R. I know as soon as the airborne ends, she's gonna use that, so I flash out. Just so you guys know as well, Akali R, the second R has a buffer after the first. So when you press R as Akali, you get the first dash over the target, and then the second R, it has like a time, maybe it's like a second or two, um, might be 2 seconds, um, where she can't just recast it. So I keep that in mind as well, because I'm just not going to flash an R that she's not going to use, or that's on a cast timer. So we get the recall off, we buy Zeke's, we get Darksteel. Here I'm just kind of looking at my lane. I think Zeke's is probably best overall. It's 2200. It gives mixed resistances, it gives R haste, and it gives R damage. So the lane is pretty good, but we have to keep in mind that it's still League, and they have a Graves, they have a Lux, and a Zoe bot, which are pretty strong. It's a high elo game too, but I believe that we can win. So I do my best to play around that from here on out. I know that we have Imbessa, and I know that we have range, and I know that we have a top laner that's stable in the lane, so I know that he'll be useful later on. Trying to roam bot here is a little bit difficult because I want to keep this Akali at bay. I don't want her to just kind of run all over the lane. Here he last hits all three. Pretty good for my lane, honestly. I go for the Demolish proc on the tower, even though she does damage. Right now, Akali is at a big disadvantage in terms of damage. She doesn't have enough damage to really trade with me and win. Here I look to roam bot. I don't commit. Um, it's Lux Zoe. It's it's a very Lux Zoe is very it's they kind of go hand in hand. You know, Zoe hits a bubble, Lux presses R, and then the R does a bunch of damage. And it's absolutely insane when you can zone and play it correctly. But I know for a fact that both these mages bot lane are very immobile, and if I'm able to E onto them and just build magic resist, then I know this game will be won. Here I end up dying, I'm okay with it. I get the Lux, get a pretty big shutdown on her. The Akali TPs, gets R off, fights her. Here, my bot lane is rightfully upset that they have to play into this. But I believe it's winnable. Or at least I wanted to play it out. Honestly, I didn't even, well, in the moment I believed it was winnable because I already know what I'm going to do this game. You know, they play these broken mages bot lane, but if they can't hit skill shots or I'm just dodging the skill shots, how useful are they really? And it goes on for the whole game too. It's not like I'm just kind of giving up. Here I kind of walk into the wall. I have a big character model. Take a little bit of damage, really not that much. I have boot upgrade. Here I'm just kind of playing off of these skill shots. These are very, very, very important to just not run into or get hit by. Because if you do, you could end up dying. Lux R's gets my passive. She E's. Zoe R's. It's a little bit OP when it works like that. R's slash R's. We don't get much, but he's able to kind of walk out of stuff. Yeah. Top lane ends up getting a kill. We have General Sniper top lane, so yeah, I know he's, I think, rank 1 at the time of this recording. Look what I type. Dodge the abilities. We can win. Have to dodge the abilities. So he misses bubble. I have MR, I run her down. Lux misses Q. I dodge Lux Q. I E onto her. It's very, very simple for me. Here we can match the Akali. We can match their mid. And we can fight basically their jungle. Our build is pretty standard, I guess. I don't have AP. I'm not heavily invested in expensive tank items. I just have the cheapest support item because it's useful. Here I push the tower. I don't have Bammy or Bramble, so I'm kind of free to hit the tower without worrying about taking tower damage. But yeah, here I'm kind of matching the Akali, a little bit aware of Graves. I can't necessarily fight the Akali, but she has her items that help her. I see Graves on the dragon, so I'm just kind of pushing this. She can't really kill me with her items. She doesn't have Oblivion, she doesn't have Seekers, so her outplay potential is pretty low. I don't follow here because she has R. I look over the wall because I don't know where Graves will be. He ends up being over, so I just get out. Here we have Lux Zoe. Have to be aware of the bubble. Could come. Yeah. Walk out of it. She arcs forward, I see Investor go in, I just follow. So he flashes over the wall right into me. And we just chase her. Huge Karma Shield. I E out to avoid Graves damage. I walk out because I don't have C's. Kali ends up getting the kill. I cast E, cancel E. Not good to go in and miss, I think. Anyway, Akali has no R. Looking to push. Here I'm in the bush. I look to E out, but I get grasp auto dodge right here. She's not in the bush. Don't know where Graves is. He's top. I get hit by the E. Just clearing the wave. Here Mbessa wants to dive. So I'm waiting for the wave push. I push it. Basically healing to full. She's looking on the Akali. The Akali R's. He's taking a ton of damage. Doesn't hit the R. Here we play off our R. Play off the info and the stealth from the Zeke's burn and the W in the R. Get the Akali. Nobody's here to contest me, so I just push bot. Now we're on a lot of gold. Pretty strong. Um, but I just have to keep in mind into this Lux Zoe that you can't just int. Can't just int. You have to be aware of the bubbles. And if you get hit by one on accident, it's fine. But it's important that you're aware of, first of all, who the player is. I think if it's a very good Zoe or a very good Lux, they're gonna be queuing you at I don't even know what the word would be, like alternative times, or they would be using their abilities at better times when they think that you could dodge them and you end up getting hit by them. Instead of kind of just these people that we're playing against, they're kind of just throwing them out and hoping that you just don't see them and hoping that you get hit by them. So yeah, I help push mid tower. I don't want to roam directly on these people yet. We get the mid tower, then I look. They ward. I'm not able to pull into the ward that Zoe R's. I eat R and then I look on the graves immediately after. And Bessa gets R off. We get both these kills. The Lux is in the bush. Looking on General Sniper here, Dokla has Zahan passive. I get caught in my passive, the Akali SR. Here we get Zahan passive, they have 3. I'm very, very, very low. Here I can't E in with 3 people there. I E over the wall, and then flash up. I I feel like that was best. The Luxus is just out of range, can't touch me, and then I get out. She R's, I just walk out of it. And yeah, we have 3.8k gold. A lot of money. So here I go Abyssal for I think for General Sniper and for me. And then I'm looking to build Fawn. The reasoning for these items, when you go Abyssal, it's important in high elo that you do enough damage to kill the enemy. If the enemy thinks that they can get away, they're gonna play like they can get away. Meaning that if you do your full combo as Zac and you have Spirit Visage, there's many reasons why I don't like Spirit Visage. I don't want to give like those takes right now because it's not what I built in this video, but I went Abyssal Mask first because I think that it's good for Aurora and for me to have that extra damage so that when we burst these people, they die quicker and we can move on to the next target. Here I predict the Graves are, just E on him. I keep looking here, I have a lot of MR. And then I go Force of Nature, just in case I get hit by one of these abilities here, one of these mage skill shots, that it's basically a buff. It's like Conquer, but for magic resist, and it stacks. So it's one of the few games where I'll go it. Here I E in, Lux flashes the E. Then I just pull her into the ward, look on the Zoe immediately after, hit the E. Very, 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 very quick here, and then I go straight to the Baron. This is nearly perfect execution. This is very, very good macro on my part, in my opinion. Just one target after the next. You know, not waiting for, very much. My build is very centered around this. It allows for it, so it makes it very easy for me. Here we go on the Baron. They all come, but I think they want to turn. So here I'm just playing for the fight. Ibessa goes very far, looking to peel the Graves off. Looking on Dokla. I look to pull the Graves, he walks out of the queue. We just kite out. We don't know if they're here, the Lux Zoe. Graves over, ours. They end up coming. Here I have Fawn very soon. General Sniper ends up getting caught at the R. In the moment I was like, oh no. But it's okay. Here I have Fawn. Now we play to run them down. We have AP. We are going to play for the Magi's. Magi's here I think is best. I want to have the movement speed. I want to be able to run the enemy down. And I want to not die while doing it. The Graves, I think like the Graves is not really a threat. The Dokla is not really a threat. The Akali isn't really a problem. Um, I think that she's pretty easy to manage, but I'm basically building around these mages that if I don't build into, say I go Thornmail this game, It's going to be very easy for Lux Zoe to one-shot me, so I just go fawn. Get hit by the bubble. A little bit unfortunate positioning here. And Vessel looks to go in. He does a lot of damage, so I just follow. General Snipers here. We go in on the targets. I pull them together. R. Look to peel the Graves auto off of General Sniper. Then we look on the Akali. Just looking to finish this guy. E him. We get him. Very good. We could both go bot lane here, but I realized that the wave is pushing. I didn't want it to cancel his recall, so I just end up pushing it. Here I look to roam. Here it's very important that my pathing is right on top of Dokla. So he's going right here. I know exactly where he's going to be. Shows on Fog of War, I just show up right on top of him. Here he Rs. He's able to get out. It's a very hard chase with Lux Zoe. So here I just back. Either way, the fight ends up good for me because I get my item. We get the Mejai's, which I think is a very, very good tool into Lux Zoe. The champions that you have to run down, Mejai's is good. You always like that movement speed. I type no Zanyas, I type it wrong, but I say no Zanyas on anyone. I think this gives my team the info that they need so we don't have to play around in a fight. Here I don't have sweeper. Breezy ends up control warding this. Zoe can sweeper over the wall. I don't know if she used it, so she could have seen me. They end up blue warding it, so I just move out of it as soon as they say me. Here I'm literally only looking for a fight. I don't think it's good for me to be in a side lane because if someone gets caught by a Zoe bubble, someone gets caught by a Lux Q and I'm not there to show up to that fight, it's going to be very hard to come back from. Here the Zoe walks up. General Sniper gets a lot of damage off on this guy. He's getting low. Bars R's him. I just looked at Ian. Very good catch. They just walk too far forward. We just use that to our advantage. Here I ping to go on Baron. The Graves is walking up. I instantly turn and look. He's very, very far up. I just E near his wall. He goes near the wall. Ends up getting caught. I look on the Lux just to follow. I have a lot of MR, so this is okay. Here we could go Baron, we could go Nash, we could go Dragon, but we decide to just go Baron. I ping General Sniper off here. I think it's because I just don't want him to die and have like Dokla push. Plus we're going on Nash, so I think it's better for him to just play it safe overall. Best of misses are, they have a TP coming out, we have Aurora TP coming as well. The Akali's looking, I know they have skill shots. I'm getting a little bit low here, still looking for a good fight. I'm very, very low. I miss Q, looking on the Akali. She hits E, I flash here, but it follows. I thought it would stop. I'm so low here, I have to get out. So low. I don't really have a choice. Here I recall, I get Iron Elixir. I think Iron Elixir is the best item. Keep the D shield. And we keep it going. So here, if I get hit by CC, it will work out in my favor most likely. I have the best items to deal with their I guess it's just painful abilities. I think it would just be painful if I didn't have all this magic resist, this scam. But here we are. I have a bunch of magic resist. I'm able to run them down. Keeping the pace up. Sahin is pushing up here. I'm able to fight him. I don't have Grievous, so killing him might take a while. He's looking to get out. I pull him into the grump. Auto the plant. That way he gets pushed back. Then I look to go on him. Aurora's coming. Aurora gets the kill. Very good. Very good by Sniper. Stacking the Mejai's. He says 200 gold death cap. I don't know where their champions are, so I moved to top. Maybe someone pushes a wave. They have a ward here, so now they know I'm here. but I'm very strong. So if I get CC'd or I get hit by literally anyone or anything, I'm very likely to survive. Walk in the bush here, Graves comes and he's out. I kind of just walk out. Here they're looking on Akali top, but they have time. So it's very good. They get hit. We have good champs. Varus throws R, but I'm kind of in a weird position. General Sniper wants to recall, so walking up here is pretty hard. I want to block the Zoe Q or Lux Q. Whatever's getting thrown out, I wanted to block for the Varus when he got hit by the bubble. We are kind of just checking, playing on the edge of vision, always moving around. They don't really see me, I think, as a viable target to kill or lock down at this point. I am so tanky, I heal so much, so I'm just playing to my advantage, which is all this MR that I have, and peeling for the team, tanking the abilities that my team needs me to tank, which I'm completely fine with. Stay out of the Zoe again, always dodging these bubbles. I'm able to kind of like face check here. I still have Iron Pot. Here I could go bot lane, I think, but it's always playing for my team. I think in games like these, especially mid lane, here I go Bramble. Overall, I think it's a better buy for the Graves. And if like Dokla autos me or something, he could lose out on so much healing throughout his entire combo that it just, you know, could turn the fight in our favor. But I don't think Bramble is super good. I say that because there might be a better item that I could have bought. Here he gets asleep. Karma shields. Varus is able to live. The Akali's in the bush. Here's Zoe bubbles. I'm always just keeping myself out of range of the enemy. Here I think this game, well, I was looking for another Iron Pot, that's why I took that wave. Here, this game, the Mbessa has more freedom to take the waves from the side lane, instead of me going to the side lane to take the waves and then the Mbessa being there. If I am able to just be ahead and be in front of this Lux Zoe, then they're forced to respond to that. For the most part. And I don't want my team to get caught. The Mbessa is pushing the next bot wave. It's just an interesting dynamic, I think. Because I think if I played mid lane better, I would know when to push waves. But is coming from a Zac jungle basically one trick. I mean, I could play many other things, but it's a Zac jungle one trick. I always want to be near my team when a fight can break out. And I always want to be ready to respond. Here they're kind of looking for me. Just stay out of range. Dokla, he gets caught. He's kind of forced to fight that. We have Dragon up. Graves is here. I just E out. Just playing super safe here. Don't want to take any fights that I can't win. Here he's chasing. We're just waiting. Playing on damage. Aura TP'd. Super good fight here. Just looking on the angle now. Get hit by the Zoe bubble. EN. Try to stay out of range of her Q. They stand together. I pull. I know Akali has Zanya's, but she's knocked up. She can't use it. Then we get Graves. Continue looking. Here I'm able to face check. This is force of nature right here. I'm able to run up, just E in. I don't have to worry about how much damage they're doing because it's only the two champions that only do magic damage. Here I sidestep. Don't think it was necessary. Doesn't really matter though. We run her down. So he misses bubble. We get this dragon. I think we just go straight to Nash right after. Still stacking the Magi, still getting stronger. It's very good. So yeah, here we play for Nash. Zoe looks to the bubble, I just block it for the Varus. Then we can look mid. Um, look on Dokla here. Run him down. I have so much movement speed, I know I could just run him down. Doesn't seem to take it very urgently, so I just like full combo on him. Look mid. Basically just fake it right here. Walk out of his R. He doesn't get passive. He's dead. We get Akali. We just basically win the game here. They only have 3. Walk up here. Stay near the wall, away from their skill shots. They don't do that much damage to me. Lux R's, it does so much damage. They clear the casters. Graves E's in, I pull him. He gets out. Then we only have to deal with Lux Zoe. I'm extremely low. I get hit by the Luxie here. I didn't see it until like now. But I'm able to heal. We just push. For 25 Medjais, I look on the Ambessa R right after, just Ian. And we get the Zoe. So, that was a game. Very well played by General Sniper. Very well played to the rest of my team. They held it together into Lux Zoe, and that was, I think, just a kind of textbook example of what to do on Zac. When you're into Lux Zoe, you build into it, and you just play around it. If you can, don't just blind in, but when you're playing a team fight out, just remember that when you have resistances, you could run them down. If you have Medjai, if you're stronger than them, just keeping good presence, keeping good aura as Zac. In terms of the Akali matchup, um, I think I went over it pretty well, but I was very focused on like what I was kind of doing like during the game. Um, but yeah, hopefully this was a good informational mid video. Because I don't get mid lane that much. So yeah.